no one wanted to swim in the water anymore.
This caused enormous stress and burden to the environment.
2016, we invested a lot for the sorting plant.
And then it becomes a fuel for us.
Lahti has a history as a very traditional industrial city. So after the World Wars, the city urbanized really fast. There was a rapid industrialization. All the waste, the wastewaters and the domestic municipal waste, that was all dumped into the lake.
Actually, there were swimming beaches which had to be closed because the water was too dirty.
The first step was that the city stopped dumping the waste there, and all the wastewater started to go through a wastewater treatment plant.
And of course it was maybe expected that now the lake will recover, but still those blue-green algae bloom, and it was all the time green water, even in the 80s. Then they started to wonder what has happened in the lake. The whole ecosystem has changed.
Poluarea apei lacului a cauzat niveluri înalte de nutrienți minerali cu care se hrănesc algele albastre verzi. Aceste alge fac nivelul de oxigen să scadă, ceea ce duce la dispariția altor specii.
In the 80s, a huge restoration project started. So they restored basically the whole food web of the lake. At the time, it was the largest food web restoration project in the whole world.
It was also the first one in Finland, and after that it has been applied in many other lakes. Lake Vesijärvi has been an example of successful restoration. 1,000 tons of fish were removed from this lake. The main target species were roach and bream and smelt.
Tone de babuști au fost scoase din lac. Babușca este o specie de pește care se hrănește cu plancton. Acesta ajută la reglementarea algelor albastre verzi. Populația acestor pești a scăzut cu 20%, iar cantitatea de plancton a crescut, ceea ce a scăzut numărul bacteriilor periculoase din apă.
And then they introduced fish species that are better for the lake. And this took place over a decade, and we still continue doing that.
During the summer, this park is full of people getting sun and having picnic and swimming, and children too.
The water is clearer, we have less blue algae bloomings in the summer. It's also so much more attractive. The lake area is now part of the cities. It's almost like an extension for the city center, like a living room for all the residents here. So, in addition to cleaning the lake, one key point is the waste management system that we are now able to utilize 99% of all the waste.
În 2007, numai 45% din deșeuri erau reciclate, dar asta s-a schimbat. Numai 1% din deșeuri ajung acum la groapa de gunoi. În total sunt 7 tipuri de deșeuri. Deșeuri organice, hârtie, carton, sticlă și metal. Dar mai e un container pentru deșeuri inflamabile și unul pentru tot restul.
If you are sorting the waste material at the source, yes. That's the best way to increase the recycling rate. No machinery can do it if you have mixed or spoiled. But basically we are separating from the mixed waste materials that can be recycled. Plastic is the main material that will go further for processing or for recycling.
Hârtia, cartonul, sticla, metalul și unele plastice sunt reciclate. Deșeul organic este folosit pentru a produce compost sau biogaz. Restul este ars pentru a produce energie.
we stopped using charcoal for district heating 2 years ago, and this one step has reduced our carbon emissions by more than half.
2012 started the new waste-to-energy gasification power plant. It's still one of the kind in the whole world, so that we are gasifying wastes first and then burn the cleaned gases, so we can utilize waste with very high energy efficiency. We have 250,000 tons annually, and we make 50 megawatt electricity, 90 megawatt district heat. So traditional waste-to-energy plant would make about 20 megawatt electricity and about 50 megawatt district heat. So we are so much more efficient. Then the new biomass power plant, it's combusting all kind of wood wastes. So it can be bark from the wood or branches or, let's say, residues of forest industry, wood industry. But we are not cutting the trees to become a fuel. We take the residuals from the wood to become a fuel for us.
Until 2019, the emissions of the energy-based emissions from Lahti were relatively large compared to other countries, because this was mainly from the district heating. But since 2019, when we've stopped using charcoal, we've been able to reduce those emissions quite heavily. And at the moment, it seems that we will be the first large city in Finland to reach carbon neutrality by 2025. So the other cities are aiming to be carbon neutral by 2030. So we aim to be 5 years ahead.